Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming. My name's Warren. Let's have a minute silence together. No music, Oma. Thank you, brother. Om Shanti. Yeah, mobile phones off or airplane mode or silent, if you would, kindly. Can you hear me? That's good. So my name is Warren. I've practiced Raja Yoga for 40 plus years. In that period, I branched out and learned many different modalities of healing. I, like most meditators, realized that they had some form of healing power. When you're connecting with the great light, automatically, your life energy flows more brightly, more freely than someone who doesn't meditate. I also took up Qigong, which is a Chinese form of moving energy. And when I learned to move my own energy, the natural extension of that, I could move someone else's energy, help them reestablish their health. By the way, I'm not doing healings, so no cue after this class, please. I am teaching you today some practical methods how you can heal yourself. Hence the title, Self-Healing. And I studied under about 6 different Qigong masters, trying to get a very rounded view of the whole art. I also studied under 4 different healing modalities, again, trying to piece together the big jigsaw puzzle of really how to help someone energetically, spiritually. So today I will particularly be talking about how to use your mind and your connection with spirit to be able to help your health reestablished. Of course, I will also give my respect to the medical community and all the different modalities out there. They all have their place. They all have their use. But today, I'm just talking to you about one aspect. So please don't think that I'm offering you a silver bullet that will help you achieve anything in your health. And also there's another factor I will mention, and it's called karma. No matter what you do, sometimes with your mind, if you have a karmic debt there that has to be paid through suffering, it is the way it is. And it's part of the law of life here. We're in a big wave box. What you've sent out will eventually come back on you. And if it be your karma to go through something, your mind can help you float above it, but the body's still got to go through it. Who hasn't been exposed or learned any Raja Yoga here? Show me a hand. Who hasn't? So you all have. Okay. Was that scratching or was that a hand? So the greatest power in healing is the power of the soul connected to the Supreme Soul. I will just very briefly introduce these principles, these concepts. Let me know if it's no good. Better? Thanks, Ryan. It is said by the yogis that we are spiritual beings having human experiences. The soul is the master of the body, but it's also master of your mind on multiple levels. Just like the sun is the master of the physical world, it moves the clouds, it actually creates the clouds, evaporation. It's moving the currents in the ocean. It's the sun doing that. It's not some mystical power. It is convection currents that it's creating. It creates so much, the sun. Similarly, if you start to access the power of your own spirit, transcendent over your internal world. In metaphysics, the element of air is linked to the mental plane. Water to the emotional plane, the mind. The subconscious entities to the animals that live in the ocean and walk the earth. What exists in spirit also is reflected in matter, and vice versa. In every cell of your body, it reflects the universe, orbiting energy, spinning around each other. You are part of the whole, and the whole is part of you. So when I tell you that the greatest power that you can access is the light of your soul, and exponentially, when you connect with the greatest source, the Supreme Soul, which for this analogy is the spiritual sun, the light that lights all lights. So connecting with those aspects, you then have an irresistible power to influence to some degree the lower levels of your being. Are you following me? Picture if the sun chooses to look at a cloud. The cloud will go, sorry for bothering you, and will evaporate and disappear. Yeah. Often illness in your body will be because blood is not flowing properly there. Well, if you can place some heat through placing your soulful mind upon a part of your body, an organ that's malfunctioning, you will help then through that warmth, the blood start to move and circulate. Now, if blood is moving there, nutrition will go there. Otherwise, it might not be. All phones on silent, please, or airplane mode. I hear something jingling. No one can hear, only me. Well, whatever. And also, that blood flow can then remove the toxin. Make sense? So picture when you're so connected with the divine and you place your mind on some place where there's illness, darkness, a lack of energy. Can you see the flow? Another aspect of this is the mind can be likened to the effect of the moon. The moon affects the water through gravitation, through magnetism. It pulls the king tides. It even helps germination, the moon. So in your inner world, the moon is your mind. The soul, the sun, mind, moon. And so placing your mind over an aspect of your body again will again attract movement of energy. Hey, what's the tide? Your blood. The water in your body that you wish to move to reestablish physical health. Are you hearing now how meditation can help you on a physical level, not just emotional level? But many of our diseases are psychosomatic. They're born in your mind. They're only in your mind too. Come on, who's got that phone on? Someone's phone's jingling, please. Turn it to silent. Thank you so much. And don't feel embarrassed in any way, because I was hassling everyone once and my phone went off. And I went, oh, I was also the culprit. So please, thank you so much. Long ago, I was about 10 years in this practice, and I was given a vision. I had a vision of my astral body. And I saw in this etheric body, which was me, or an aspect of me, every injury, every trauma, every wound that I had endured had left its bruises, its remnants in this subtle body. You can start to talk then about how to remove trauma, because that body is where the trauma sits. And on being given this vision of, look, this is what you're carrying around, all this unseen baggage, they say time heals. It does to some degree. But in truth, the sands of time is just blown over that rubbish and you're not conscious of it, but it's still sitting there and to some degree contaminating your life right now. Scary stuff, hey? And so to learn to meditate and deeply bring that spiritual fire, that love, that healing energy deep into your subconsciousness would be a very, very wise thing. That's where your sins live as well. And so many people of all religions, they'll be scared to die because they know their sins, all those hidden things that they decide, oh, I don't want to go there. But if you can meditate to the point that you're even rescuing your soul, cleaning your soul. So when it's time for you to fly, you'll be like a bird singing as the cage door opens and go, yay, rather than, oh, I don't want to face the creator. I don't want to, no, thank you. I don't like truth at all. I'd rather live in denial. So to move that stuff now. And it's very pleasurable because you start to then be able to reach a point that you feel like you've never been hurt. Sure, you have goofed up. Anyone here never made a mistake? Of course not. We're in a classroom of life and we'll keep on making mistakes until you're fully in the light, fully in a state of love. But before then, one mistake after the other. So meditation, bringing this powerful light down through your subtle bodies, cleansing, healing, or washing. What a great place to start. On a secondary level, use that same power to start to move stuff in your physical body. Make sense? So I'm going to offer you more than one meditation during this presentation. If you have any questions as I'm bobbling along, I welcome you to ask me, but I might tell you, hey, I'm going to deal with that later. But ask away if you have any questions that come up as we go along. Do you all feel happy, comfortable? Okay, sit up straight, comfortable, and I'll guide you in a meditation. Take a deep breath. And breathe out any tension or anxiety you might be carrying. You've all been probably hurrying to get here, and now you're here. Hey, you're here. Take another deep breath and consider that you're breathing in peace. And as you exhale, breathe out that anxiety, any stress. And another deep breath. Breathe right down into your being. And exhale any shadows that might come up, any bad energy. I'm going to take you through a mini chakra clearance. So right now, visualize divine light, the divine being offering you all power, spiritual light. Just open your mind and consider you can tap into it and then redirect that light wherever you choose. Now send that light down to your root, the root of your body. The color of that chakra is said to be red. And ask that chakra, is there any violence or anger in that chakra? And if any impressions come forward, oh, I'm a bit aggressive, I'm a bit fearful, then send with your mind, just cast out that bad energy. Not with psychology, just send it out like a command. Go. And now from the divine, breathe in this beautiful red energy of strength, of non-violent power into your root chakra. You don't have to be forceful as you walk the earth, but you do need strength, non-violent strength. And now visualize the root of your body, the base of your body filling with this beautiful strength. Now move your mind to your navel. The color there is orange. And the question to ask there, is there any blockages in your creativity? Any imbalance in your sexuality? And if any answers come up as yes or denial, no, don't go there. Then just send it out, cast it out, throw it away. Not welcome. Eviction notice served. Go. Now bring in this beautiful orange creative energy. The energy of nutrition, of vital energy, filling that part of your body, balancing your yin and yang, your creative energy. Now imagine a glowing orange energy there. Now move your mind to your solar plexus. The color here is yellow. The question here is, are you carrying anxiety, fear, stress? Sits here. With your mind, just command it. No psychology, just live. Breathe it out. And now from the divine, from the source, breathe in this beautiful yellow energy, the energy of joy. With each breath, imagine yourself breathing in this joyous energy into your solar plexus, helping that part of your subtle body glow with joy. This is one of my main weaknesses. I used to be a stress head, worry all the time. So if you're like me, really breathe it in. Energize that part of your being. So you feel happy to be alive, not scared about tomorrow. Now bring your mind to your heart center, the heart chakra. Here, there's all manner of problems there. Betrayal, disappointment, resentment, the heart. All issues of love. Just throw them all out. Come on, go away. That's what life gives you. But from the divine, now breathe in this beautiful green energy. Or if you like, pink or gold. But traditionally, they'll say it's green. Breathe in this beautiful healing energy into your heart chakra. Healing your heart. Filling your heart with divine love, unconditional love. A love that can just love for no reason. Humans love with conditions. Change that story. Learn to love for no reason. It's like you can be happy for no reason, joyous for no reason. And radiate out a beautiful love light throughout your being, throughout your life, even to those who don't deserve it in your mind. You deserve to be loved. Don't worry about others, whether they deserve your love. Don't go there. You'll get trapped. Just be the love. Next, move your mind to your throat. The color here is sky blue. The question there, do you have any blockage in your communication? Can you express what you feel? Can you say what you're thinking? Have you ever been told, shut up, and you've never felt like speaking in public again? Expressing your mood, your feelings, your ideas? If so, go away. You're not mine. You are not mine. Cast it out with a command. Go. And now, from the divine, breathe in this beautiful sky blue energy, irradiating, expanding your throat chakra, giving you the sense of great peace in your ability to communicate. Don't be resentful of those people that have... That's life. What you do with the rest of your life is up to you right now. Become a better person after being through the school of hard knocks. And we've all been through that. Make the rest of your life glowing. And now feel this glowing here. Next chakra, next center. Third eye. The color there is indigo. And there, in particular, is your vision. How you see things, your attitude to life. If you're judgmental, cynical, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you see the bad, everything is bad. Bit of ignorance spiritually, though, isn't it? See both sides of the equation rather than just your side. See broad-minded vision, far-sighted, positive vision. That's the goal. So if you have any negativity there, any limited vision, cast it out. Go. And bring in this awareness, this indigo light from the divine. So you cannot just see the troughs and peaks of the ocean, you see the whole ocean. You see everything clearly. Hmm? Non-separation. You see the connectivity of everything. Broaden your mind. And the next chakra, crown, your principal gateway to the divine. We're told that you're not connected to God. You're unworthy. You are judged. Only the Pope or your seniors have that connection. Not true. To remove any feelings or beliefs that that being is not there personally for you. And then visualize this beautiful downpouring violet energy, full of all blessings into your crown. Totally, clearly, directly connecting you with the source. Now, bring this divine light down through your head, mouth, throat, heart center, belly, navel, and out the root of your body, down your arms and legs. Visualize this beautiful, bright, bright, heavenly energy just aligning everything, balancing everything. Like Christmas tree, you turn on the lights, power generator. And now scan your bodies, my friends. Is there one light that's not on? Something that you blocked? Something that didn't illuminate? Well, send that bright, heavenly energy there, that spiritual fire, and let off a bomb. Spiritual fireworks. And now send this light all around your aura. Encapsulate your whole body in this glowing field of divine energy. And now send that light into your future, creating a pathway of light into your future. So you're not scared about tomorrow. And into your past, send fire. Burn it. Release yourself. Astral webs cling to us, stopping us from becoming the person that we want to be and know we can be. How do you get rid of webs? Fire. So visualize this ultraviolet fire, and that you, like a magician, like a white witch, now more powerful than a white witch, angel, like an angel, bring down this angelic fire and cut yourself free, burn yourself free. Keep moving this energy around wherever you're depleted, wherever you want it to work.
Shanti.
Do your
Welcome to the
inner
club.
subtle work.
I'm a little bit ahead of you because I joined the club of over 70 about a year and a half ago, well, almost nearly 2 years. And so I know that you've crossed that threshold of the biblical statement of 70 years and 10. And here you are, still well and strong and powerful pandas. So good for you. I'm sure that the next years are going to be the best years of your life. Why? Because no responsibilities. Age 70, the only
I
responsibility
don't know
you
about
have
you, but I'm
is to
starting to
mother
perspire.
and to sell
The energy,
stocks
be
and
it the light
all
here
the
or just
other
this
duties, responsibilities, roles
downpouring
until all
energy.
are finished.
How are you
You've been
going? Are you
the leader
following?
for 45
Show me a hand if
years.
it's working for
That's
you,
a
or are
huge
you just
number of
sitting here
years and a
intellectually?
huge
Good
amount
on
of
you.
yoga that has
Get out of your
accumulated
logical
through all
brains, my
these
friends.
years.
Don't just,
And
oh,
so
yeah,
your
nice point.
fortune for the
Um,
future is
this is stuff
absolutely
to
guaranteed.
practice with your
And I'm
mind,
sure
and it's
that
based on
that's
how
already
clearly you
something
can
that you're
generate
aware
the
of. Your
experience,
fortune
whether it will
today
be
and of
yours.
course
I just write it
fortune
in a
for,
book.
and today Baba said not
Try and
just half the
remember this
cycle,
stuff. No,
but three
try
quarters of
and
the cycle,
use
even
it
your
so it
last
becomes
year
yours on a different
was very
level.
auspicious. You had everything you needed. What more could you ask for? And so
Did
celebrate
anyone have any
happiness
extraordinary
of
experience
belonging to
just then
one
that you'd like to
and
share with the
celebrate
group?
by bringing
If you
many,
feel
many
so
others to
inclined,
come.
you're most welcome.
Both of you have been amazing
Anyone?
instruments to do service in so many different ways. But most of all, through your love and friendship, I think many people across the
I
world
told
have
you how I had that
experienced your
vision of
affection
all the junk
and
I
they
was carrying
respect
in a
you
hidden
and they
part of my
love your
being.
connection
I
with
was so
God
angry
and the friendship
because
and
I'd
support you feel.
already spent
So
10 years
all those
meditating, but I
blessings
was leaving my
continue to
meditation up
flow.
there. I was just
Happy
practicing
70th,
becoming incorporeal,
and may you stay
just
with
I,
us
the
for
soul of the
one more
Supreme.
kalpa. And I
But then
hope
I said,
the
what is
doors of
this?
the
I said to
pantry
my
is
Baba,
open
my
and
God,
we'll be able
what
to
is
have
this? Why is this
our
still here?
biscuits and our
10 years,
tea
and that's
together.
still there.
Coffee, baby, or hot
And
chocolate.
very clearly, he then
Good
said,
night
you
now.
have to
Take
focus
care,
this
lots of
energy
love,
where you
and
want it to
enjoy
work.
every single moment of
Make
70th.
sense?
And thank you
So
for
if you've got a
everything
magnifying
you
glass and
always
you've
do,
got the
Shanti
sun,
Baba.
don't expect
Om
that piece of
Shanti.
paper to catch fire unless you focus it on it. You have to direct this spiritual energy, this intent, where you want it to work. Otherwise, it will remain like a corpse buried under sand. It's still there, but hey, really? You're limping through life with this baggage that you don't even know you're carrying.
Happy birthday
Any questions?
to
Hey, brother, what's your question?
you. Oh.
Hi, John, Michael, and Frank. Just like to say happy birthday to you two brothers and sending you so much love. And we've got a little surprise for you, Kim and I. Don't we, Kim?
Well, before we do the surprise, tell you that I've been at the ANU yesterday. I looked out of my window and guess what I saw? Two.
Yes, you caught that very well. So true. It doesn't have to be, hey, I need to have an illness to do this. But further, I mentioned earlier about, the deathbed. That's the big testing ground for a spiritual being or a non-spiritual being. But picture that up in the heavens is your angelic form. And this is another unique aspect of Raja Yoga, that when you enter into spirit, time does not exist. So, in that timelessness, then your perfection also exists there.
Om Shanti.
And when you pass over,
So
wouldn't it be
happy.
sublime if your earthly subtle body is vibrating on the same level as your... And it's just going to be a handshake then. Hey, I've been waiting for you. I've been hearing you call me. And so that marriage, rather than death's going to be traumatic, rather than, no, I'm already there. I've already awoken spiritually to the point that it's just going to be like walking through a veil. Nothing. Rather than, oh, I've got all these big boulders on top of my heart and my head, and I'm still so angry. Good luck with your journey if you haven't done that work. It's not going to be that easy. So your work doesn't just have to be, oh, I've got a poor heart, let me put some light into my heart. No. Every human being has lots of work to do when I bring this into the conversation. Just to uplift your earthly subtle body so you vibrate at a similar frequency of what you can imagine you are up there. You do your best, God will do the rest. Do your meditation nicely. Sister. Father and son too. There's some aspect that comes to share. Just one thing I've been noticing. Even someone in charge of a center will often be a target for those who are aspiring or following that person. There's some unusual phenomena in our psychology, be it tall poppy syndrome or, hey, you weren't as good a mother as I wanted you to be. You know, the ideal mother should have been this. So maybe it's part of our hidden psychology that we know deep inside of us what perfection is, and then we ask our parents to be that, but they too have just done their best. Tricky, isn't it? So bringing this question now, thank you for your question. Bring this question now into relationships. To heal relationships using psychotherapy, okay, that's valuable. Learn to listen to your daughter or your mother or your father or your boss or whoever you're clashing with. I'll share with you some basic psychology here too. If there is clashing, then you really won't be able to communicate properly with that person until you express to them, so you're thinking this about me because of this reason, that reason, this reason. And when you can finally repeat back to them exactly why they're angry at you, showing them you understand them, only then will they stop talking at you. Otherwise, they'll keep barking at you like a dog. You're not listening to me. And don't walk away and lock the door behind you saying, oh, good luck. Oh, say, come on. No, a cup of tea heals everything. Have a cup of tea, but listen. Really listen, and do not turn around and say, but what about you? What about you, you? No, it's not the game at that point. The game is to try and listen what is really angsting them and then name it to them. And when they finally go, you got it. Thank you for understanding. And then only at that point can you then say, yeah, you should have seen my mother, how she treated me. You got this much of what flowed through. Or whatever excuse or reason or a simple apology. Hey, I'm not a goddess. I'm human and maybe not as bright as you, so please forgive me. And you watch, you've let the pressure off a pressure cooker. The power of listening I'm talking about. There's too much not listening in relationships. People talking at each other, no one listening. And even though it's painful for your ego maybe to go, okay, I'm going to get 10 knives thrown at me now. Sticks and stones will break my bones. I'm doing this because I love my daughter or my son or... And sometimes as you express back to them apologies, they won't even accept that. They're so distorted in their reality. They're not well. At least in that juncture, in that point, then you can choose to have mercy and forgive them because they're loopy. Nice word for loopy. They keep on reacting, loops, 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 and they're out of control. And in that, when you have mercy for them, then they continue on being crazy, but you no longer hit your head against the brick wall because you're no longer having expectation on them. You're practicing love, i.e., forgiveness, understanding. And then you'll start to hear what's called the sound of one hand clapping, two hands clapping, two people clashing, arguing away. This one's still, wow, 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 wow. But you're, oh, there's my friend that can't stop talking. I love you. But you're up here. You've stopped putting yourself in harm's way, trying to change them to be a person you'd like them to be. No, you've understood them more, and okay, okay. And out of you saving yourself, they probably might wake up. Because sometimes you say so much more in what you don't say. It's not all about, well. It's about your energy. You start to send peace to that person. You're not needing to explain or apologize or make your point. Yes, your energy's doing it. And then, oh. Peace comes back to your home because you've chosen to be peaceful. You need two hands to clap, eh? And this one loses its boxing partner. And so you're actually helping them too, through you just saying, okay, we're at this point now. You like it? Psychologically, does it make sense? And I'm sure there's 101 other combinations of, hey, but that's just something that came to mind to share. Learn to listen and have that courage to sit there and listen. But you must not just listen and walk off. Verbalize back to them. So you're upset with me because of that and that and that. Gosh. Okay. You might not even have a bright answer to say back. But do try and understand why. And then say to them, I now know why you're angry. Thank you. And if there any percentage of a human being still left there, they might go, oh, thank you. Thank you. So, to heal relationships using spirituality, though, and that's, come here. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. 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 So did you all hear her questions? Silvana? So pricing me along. First one was what happens with this stuff is coming from a past life, a trauma from a past life. Wow. So I'm just noticing all the wires going up and down. There's a wind or anyway. Yeah, weird. And the next question was about the energy being thrown on you when someone's, yeah? All right. I will go the long way around to answer your question. I found that a unique practice where, say, if I'm in trouble with someone or two of my friends are fighting and they can't stop fighting, I go up into the brightest energy of the Supreme Soul. I capture as much as that energy as I can, and I bring it down between both parties. And just with a command, I visualize like a spiritual bomb going up, like boom, of atomic fire, the brightest. You look at the sun, the corona around the sun, you'll get an idea of that intensity and brilliance. I'll multiply it by 1,000 then. You can invoke when you become a very proficient yogi, you can, because you know how to go there yourself. And there's the flow. You got to get there and then there. But you can call that bright energy down. And I've found small miracles when I work with that. Now, the mechanics of what is happening is there exists between two people what's called a relationship body. And in that body is the collection of everything that's gone on between you both. Have you ever met a high school friend and you just pick up where you left off? Why? The relationship body. It's just there like a program. Oh, I remember. Oh, we used to hang out there, and you start to act in even the same way. Or someone you really dislike and you see him again, straight away your hair's go, ninja. Or someone did you wrong in a past lifetime. I don't know why I hate you, but I do. You don't even know them, but you're going, I don't like you. Your spider senses, your spiritual senses saying, bad karma. Quite perhaps. Again, 101 possible scenarios there. So for such things, using psychology, no way. No way. Psychology, may I say, in my limited view, and I've studied it in university and read a few books. Oh, must be an authority then. It's the aspect of the mental plane. Understanding how we think and how things work. It's very mental, very in the brain. And they even want to be, even though the word psychology has in the words, the Greek word for spirit, psyche, spirit. But nowadays they only want to align themselves with science rather than spirituality. Because if they're accredited by science, then they get Medibank and all these. They're recognized by the world. Oh, you're a credible science, a science of the mind, rather than, no, it's spiritual. Spirituality. The study of the soul is psychology, the literal translation. But I put my hand up and asked my lecturer that, and she said, shut up, Warren. Don't go there. I go, but. I was just stirring. So bringing down this spiritual fire tends to be irresistible in moving stuff that you could never think away or talk away or reason away. And a nice story I'll tell you. One of my friends was arguing with my sister-in-law, and they weren't talking to each other. I just got sick of it. So I just sat down and meditated and brought down this fire between them both. And the next day, one said to me, oh, what's such and such doing? I want to talk to her. And the very next day, that other one came and said similar. It's like there was a big boulder between them of black energy. And I just said, nonsense. Get rid of it. Can I do it each time? I don't know. Self-healing meditation workshop here. I'm going to teach you how. So this is what I'm doing right now. Do you want to play? Let's go into meditation. 1 second, sis. And another aspect of this, your question very profound. You can bring this spiritual fire down into your subconsciousness and work on yourself, not just others. Because sometimes in your subconsciousness is the remnants of trauma and sometimes even past lifetimes that have not found peace. It sounds weird what I'm telling you, but I've had to evict and send home some of mine. Past very, very toxic lifetimes, it was still there like ghosts haunting my basement. They come up sometimes and I thought I was mad. Really, I'm not kidding. And so it's been particularly for them that spiritual fire. No, I take all that back just now. It was silence power, pristine silence power that helped that real monstrous one I'm reminiscing about to just come out of me and go home. I wasn't happy, I can tell you that either. But basically, just like a house that's haunted or you're haunted by the past lifetimes, you bring the soul, the wandering spirit, into the bright light and liberate them. Similarly, for yourself, if you've got these things wandering around your inner house, bring it into the bright light and send it home with love. With love. Like life's been so tough. How many wars have we been through? Horrors. Horrible, horrible, horrible journey. And if you believed in truth, which most of you people sitting in this room do, I'll tell you, if you saw mistruths, untruths, falsehood happening in the world, you would have said, I can't sleep watching this happening. Come on, let's do something. You wouldn't turn your back. Yeah. Even though I don't want to, I've got to do something. There goes the recipe of conflict, doesn't it? And then you lose your mind of even why you went into it and become no better than the person you're fighting because you too have fallen into violence. Crazy, hey? Where am I going to before this? It's time to use some really bright light. Oh, and one last one. Your question's too profound. This person quite recently came to me and just exploded in anger. And she had a different form of anger. She had the power of ice daggers. And, she was like ice bomb type. Rather than rage like anger, she was like, I'm turning on the nitrous oxide to freeze you. And I felt my aura just go boom, and threw it out. But I'll tell you, if I didn't have that power of that light around me, I would have been probably in hospital or just crying in the corner. Because when people throw anger, it is like knives. It's like spears. It's spiky. Energetically, the photography of someone's like that. They're like a prickly pear. And so to protect yourself from that, a strong energy field that you are gifted when you do meditation. Daily meditation, not just, I go once a week. No, you've got to make it part of your life. Energize your aura each day, your force field, your soul energy. So then when I didn't expect this coming, I wasn't ready for it. And I was quite shocked how I felt this energy come for me and then go kaboom. And I went, I'm still alive. That's pretty good. Because I knew I felt what came through. Meditate, Silvana. Get a bright energy field. Sister, what's your question? Mm-hmm. Mm. 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 No, sister. No, you're just more awake than others. And listening to your experience, I had recollection just up until I was like 8 years old. That's more traditional, that you might remember your past life when you were a child. But to have that gateway, those doors still open to access all those memories, you are more than likely in a small percentage of humanity having that gift. But on saying that, nonetheless, for us all, it's there whether you know it or not. There's a hidden matrix of your whole journey, and all your loved ones, like you were mentioning, they are there. Like in Chinese culture, they will worship their ancestors and venerate them, and they're doing it on purpose because they know that it's not just a picture, that they're actually giving blessings to that spirit, no matter where it is, for all its good that it's done. One of my friends, she was telling me that she feels the good wishes from her grandchildren when she was a grandmother, that is still supporting her today. And I go, wow. Think about it. That hidden stuff is all there. So what I can tell everyone, and not just your good self, that as you rise up into the brightness of the creator energy, picture an internet, an internet, but internet, that as you touch the bright light, the blessings of you rising is helping all your ancestors, your connections, all also settle their karmic burdens. Wherever they are, you're sending a message to them all. So this like meditation, it's not just, oh, I got a sore toe, you know. You are doing so many blessings as you're rising up into what I call the immortal yoga, where you're totally out of your human ego. This book that you're, this chapter, this vehicle that I've got is just one of many lifetimes, many chapters in my book. And then it goes further. You're not even that book. You're a visitor here. You are pure spirit. Break the ego of ever being Chinese or African, or I used to be a Viking. Yeah, but you also used to be totally incorporeal, pure spirit. And that is the journey where we're all going now. Carte blanche. Everyone getting ready to totally go home. So I hope I've offered some, I haven't answered your question, but maybe offered some view to a piece to the jigsaw puzzle. Everyone stand up. Let's have a stretch. We clocked up an hour. Should I put on the AC? Is it getting hot? Yeah. Stretch away, smile, swing your arms. Have a little walk. Come on, you all still look a bit sedentary. Stretch your legs. Too much toast? Easy done. Don't go, Ryan, when we're over. No, you, at the end of the program, don't go. Thanks, brother. Hmm. How you going, Lynn? Is it making sense? Isabella, making sense? Too much to share. Come on back. Come on back. We've lost a couple. I'll wait a bit, another minute or two. Does anyone have any question right now as we wait for those who escaped the nest, flown off? Any question? Hmm? And some of this work with this meditation, it's not just once you've got to do it. You keep it up. You keep it up. A bit like you've got a dirty bucket of water with sediment down the bottom. You turn on the tap, fresh water coming in. Give it a month. By the time of running fresh water, all that sediment would have come out. And sometimes big glops of energy and blah comes out. And you go, oh, am I doing something wrong? But actually, it's a healing crisis, as in what's come in is coming out. So just run that fresh water, keep meditating each day, and slowly those blockages will move, I believe. So I wish to offer you a meditation, bringing this spiritual fire down into the subconsciousness. You ready? This isn't too noisy? Happy? Ryan, could you put on the other one? Do you know how to do that? Yeah. In the top right hand corner of the panel, I think the one closest to you, just give it a jab, and that's it. So take your mind towards the third eye, towards the center of your forehead. And as you breathe, visualize you're drawing in light into that part of your subtle body. Create that image in your mind, and that image then can draw in the energy. It's not imagination, it's imaging. You're using your mind through creating this thought form. Now feel your soul, the bright light within you, awakening, shining inside of that energy. Now, visualize a direct connection between you and the Supreme, a bright, bright shaft of light connecting you and the Divine. And go up that shaft of light. Get out of your human ego, out of your body. Go up, 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 up. Just you, the light. Go up and be with the great light. And visualize yourself right in the very corona of the spiritual sun, accumulating bright, bright, bright energy. Now, from above, bring this divine light into your mental planes, into your intellect, and visualize you can direct that bright energy to go through the intellect, divinizing it, making it bright, far-reaching, broad, positive. Even that alone, wonderful. Now bring this bright energy into your emotional planes, into your mind, into your heart space. And you can change the form of this fire to gold. Gold, divine love. Golden fire, even holy water, sparkling, living, golden water. And command and manifest that energy into your mind, into your heart. Golden, golden, living love. Now, the subconsciousness, as a metaphor, is like the basement. It's underneath the carpet, the hidden stuff. So now imagine that you open up that trapdoor that takes you into the basement of many, many dark past. Not all dark, but it's out of view. And take Baba. Do not go there alone. Take Baba with you, this bright, bright heavenly love. And take it down into your subconsciousness. Just imagine your intent is more important than anything. Bring that bright heavenly love, the very presence of God, into your subconsciousness. And now say to yourself, to your subconsciousness, is there any part of me, any past life that was looking for love, looking for truth, looking for salvation? Well, I have brought him, I've brought her with me. Come forward. Come and receive this divine energy, and may it give you peace. May it give you salvation. Come now. And you might find impressions coming out of you. Crying children, confused soldiers, disillusioned nuns. We've been everything. Invoke them, call them into the light. And feel as they touch that divine, irresistible power that they dissolve. They go home in a state of liberation and joy. I invite you all to do this form of meditation for at least a week, 7 days. Don't just meditate for your intellect. Don't just meditate for your heart. The real yogi meditates even with their subconsciousness. In fact, that's the final frontier. That's the stuff that you really want to heal because it's trauma. Do you feel it? Do you feel this energy moving you? A few of you? Practice. It's real. I got shown that form of meditating whilst I was in Madhuban for about 2-3 weeks. I would just illuminate my brain, my intellect, and my heart. And then I go, oh, let's do it. Bring it down into the depth of my being. It's called volcanic yoga. A volcano's got the magnum coming right up from the core and out. It's not just, oh, I'm just tapping my little tootsies in the water. No, you're jumping in and you're letting it go right through your being. And quite truly, my friends, every day I'd invoke, who's hiding in the shadows? Come forward. Come, I brought you a gift. Come on. You can do it. Come, come. And near the end, I felt what was coming forward was divine dancing deities. They weren't traumatic past lifetimes, but they were my past divine lifetimes. I'd taken the layers off one after the other, that feelings like I was a deity just come to dance around the light in a state of joy. Believe me? And the end game was just soul. Incorporeal, immortal soul. So the way to reach enlightenment, you can go forward, the wheel, or you can go backwards. Work through your stuff. Get into your wardrobe, start throwing out the old socks and the old this and that. I don't need it. And then, the wardrobe's clear. Work backwards through your stuff. I won't say what's appropriate for everyone, but both sides of meditation are important. Backward looking with God by your side, not by yourself. Do not, again, my friends, tackle some of these dark things without totally being with God. That bright light will be your rope as you go in there. If you go in just with psychology, you might not come out. You'll awake past traumas that were better off left asleep. If you know what I'm saying. Do not go there. Danger, danger. A mental breakdown, emotional breakdown. Another aspect in my talk today is how to call in another aspect of healing, which I will call prana. The Qigong people call it Qi. A scientific person might call it life force. Life force. I've had many a wonderful fun working with that. Picture the universe as full of living energy. It's in the air. The very word prana means breath in Hinduism, in Hindi. True? Prana, breath. But it also means life. Hey, if you're not breathing, you're dead as well, so. But it's got life energy in it. We live in a conditioned mind that has its parameters, and you don't believe that you're able to access that energy. We're all in it together. But when you start to liberate your mind, you'll start to feel that you can draw upon the universal energy and just direct it wherever you want. Free your mind that that energy is there for you. Just not just literally with your breath, but mindful breathing. When you breathe it in with your mind, then with your mind you can deposit that energy where you want it to work. I can tell you too many stories about such practices. One that I like a lot was one of my friends was an aerobic teacher, and she did in her part of her top of her spine, and she went to every doctor and no one could help her, only throw her into more agony. And she called me in desperation, what to do, what to do. So I taught her this form of meditation over the phone, which I'll explain real soon. And within 3 weeks, she called me back and said, the pain's gone. I'm back at work. I went. And she went to everyone trying to help her. But all they were doing were, pushing around a bad situation and making it worse. And in her desperation, she just had to use meditation. So how it works. Firstly, believe there's a huge universe of energy out there. And with your mind, forget about the limits of your skin. Feel yourself free that you can commune with all manner of energy. Like I can look at a cloud and draw in the moisture from the cloud energetically. Just free your mind, my friends. You can look at a mountain and go, feel the strength of the mountain running through you and go, oh, this is lovely. Not just, oh, there's a mountain, there's a cloud. Free your minds and practice yoga. What yoga really means is to join. You can link to anything. Raja yoga is linking to God. But a real yogi can link to anything. Hey, and then that, don't link to anything rotten too. You'll poison yourself. So I believe that there's a great universe full of life force out there. There's life force coming from the sun, from the air, from the water, from Mother Nature. It's everywhere. And with your mind, you can draw it in and then place it where you want it to work. So I'm going to move my hands just to show you and link my breath with it. Picture the great universe. Breathe it in, capture it with your mind, not with your hands. This is just the game I'm showing you of what I'm doing with my mind. And then as you breathe out, my neck sore of late. Then breathe in again. Like a squirrel, grab some nuts and go and deposit. And then after doing that a few times, that's like a pranic pump. You're depositing the energy where you want it to energize. Do it a bit more, and you won't have to do this. Breathe in, breathe out. It'll start to flow in like a river. Do it a bit more, it starts to become like electricity, like light. You don't have to so much, oh, let's start the flow. Can you picture that, my friends? So, are you ready to play? Sit comfortably. So if you wish to use Baba, by all means. But this is not directly the energy from Baba. The energy from Baba is immortal energy. It is transcendent above prana. Prana, in my experience, has a polarity of yin and yang in it, a little dynamo of energy. It's part of entering the plane of karma. Give and take, breathe in, breathe out, live, die, where the supreme is beyond the field of karma, just immortal light. Slightly different, but who could not call that chi as well? But highest frequency of chi, But your body particularly is made of this type of prana. It's not made of spirit, it's made of prana along with other elements. So let's do a bit of prana harvesting. So using your mind, just visualize that the whole universe is full of all this life-giving, nutritious, vital energy, and that you can access it. It's there waiting for you. If you believe not, then it's not. Your mind is the barrier. Just believe it's there. No doubts. No doubt. Now, with your mind, breathe in this energy. You don't have to move your hand. And then, wherever you'd like to deposit it in your body, breathe out. And with your mind, put it where you'd like it to go. Again, take another big breath, harvesting, connecting to that great source of energy. Exhale, deposit it. In your own time now, my friends, breathe in. And breathe out. Do another 4 of them. Your own time, sorry. Now I'd like you to visualize, instead of pumping the energy there, that the energy is starting to flow there automatically. As you breathe in and breathe out, visualize the energy just starting to shine there, manifest there, go there directly. Do not expect fast results, my friends. I will tell you, practice this for a week, then you will feel things really moving. Now, I want you to visualize that very directly this light is shining there. A light of a constant downpour of universal energy. Making that organ or those vertebrae glow with energy. You like it, do you? Is it starting to happen? Where you're sending the energy, is it starting to go? Practice. I often tell this story when I was quite sick my belly was blowing up. So I would lie in bed with my hands just visualizing light coming into my belly through my hands. First week, my hands were warm. Second week, hands were hot. Third week, they were dangerous. They were radiant like starlight. And within that next week, I healed myself. But then the funny thing was, I couldn't sleep anymore. My hands were like dynamos. They're like psychic channels that had opened up. So to go to sleep, I had to sleep like this. If my hands were anywhere near my head, or You've had this experience, Simone Louise, on a cold wall. So, so what is happening? You can open up these channels, my friends, through your meditation and do small miracles. You okay, Ryan? Can you tough it out? I'm going to do one more mega magic thing, so don't go. When's your meeting? No. Are you tempted by mega magic? Oh, this might make liberating sense. It's too much now. Do we want to turn it off now? Thanks, Brian. Maybe just kill that one. That's the noisiest one. The one at the back's more quiet. So the one you turned on, leave on. The one I turned on, yeah. Yeah, there's still one happening, but that one doesn't have that. Thanks, Ryan. Gremlins. Maybe it was just his death row. When I first learned to do, I'll tell you the story of this osteopath. He did his course and he would push people's bones and muscles every which way. And then he realized he was enforcing his will over someone, and he didn't like that. Then, because he doesn't know everybody should be like everyone's in the textbook. No, they're not. So he started to realize, no, I can't exercise my will over this. Then he's just started to run energy and help people just through running energy through their bodies. The bones and all that apparently would realign by themselves because the energy would dictate that to happen. And then it dawned on him, even that, he's enforcing his own willpower. And this is a spiritual man, and he felt that spirit would come into the room, and spirit was telling him, sit in the corner, you just hold the space, we will do it. Once I was very sick, a colorful story. I was doing some healing on someone who I didn't know had cancer. And the psychic lady called me up and said, Warren, what you been doing? I said, oh, just visiting Lura, doing this, that. And now, what have you been doing? And I said, oh, a bit of healing. And she said, well, you didn't clean yourself. You picked up some bad energy. Go and clean yourself. Oh, okay. And then she said to me this line, and if you don't do a good job, I'll send my angels to fix you up. Goodbye. She's a real tough type of woman. And I went, thank you. Well, I did my best to move this sticky energy out of my energy field. I didn't even know what I was dealing with. And one night I get woken up and I'm sleeping and my hands go. I woke up, my hands are on my chest and I go, weird. Put my hands back down by my side, now awake. And then I thought, poltergeist? And I opened up my third eye and there was these two massive, like huge angels standing next to me. One had each hand. And when I saw them rather than gremlins, I went, surrender to this. And they starlight coming out their hands through mine into my chest. And after about a minute, I heard this pop, 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 like tumors exploding in my lungs, just disappearing. And I went, and then they disappeared. And I fell into this blissful sleep. And when I woke up, I was still in bliss. And I called my friend and said, your friends are just so wonderful. Send them anytime. Both these examples, I'm telling you, we are not alone. They're very high, elevated spiritual beings that can offer you healing on a level that no doctor could heal, or they might work through a doctor. But this is spiritual healing, angelic healing. So I found that there's a spiritual law. If you don't ask, you don't receive. Ask and you shall receive. I read it in the Bible. And so to ask for clearance, guidance, protection, knowing that there are guides there, angelic beings, and even ask for healing. Please, I've tried my best. Can you help? And I found sometimes virtually like I arrive in an astral operation theater. All manner of astral beings, shamans, healing doctors, there. And I just ask, please, can you help? And I surrender then. And what comes, comes. But helping other people now, that's particularly what I do. I don't use my own energy anymore. That's like primary school. Compared to being able to connect to these beings that have got direct connection with the highest energy and look straight through you. I'm just fumbling through my textbook. Oh, you've got a sprained C5, have you? Oh, I don't even know what I'm saying. But to know that there are such beings that are there in spirit, and to avail and open yourself so you can have them help you with the, absolutely ask them for help, guidance, healing, direction. To be honest, I think they're doing a bit of a slack job looking after me when I ask them. But when I ask them to help other people, they come. Maybe a part of that rule then is spirit is very, very clever. If you can do it yourself, they're not going to do it for you. They'll take a step back and might let little paper notes, do this next, you got to do that next, this next. Rather than, oh, I know them, so they're going to help me. So when you ask for healing, hey, sometimes the healing might be, darling, your lifestyle's completely out of balance. Get your lifestyle together. Go to bed on time. What? But I want healing. No, your healing is get to bed on time and laugh a bit more, love a bit more. I think that's the message I get rather than, oh yeah, we'll come and help you as you're acting so out of line with the way nature is really requesting, dictating that I should live by. Can you follow this example of what I'm saying? That the healing sometimes is just wisdom. Because you're the one inadvertently making yourself sick through what you're eating. You're ruled by your tongue. You know it's not good for you, but I can't stop eating because I love it. Well, if you say someone vomiting on the floor and they say, can you clean it up? And you say, but you're still going to vomit again, aren't you? And you go, yeah, because I'm keeping on eating all this rubbish. Would you clean up the vomit? No, you'd say, you're going to vomit there again in another minute's time. Why should I bother? Do you know what I'm trying to say? One of my friends, he was a very clever healer. And the girl next door came in, she had a hangover and said, "Can you fix me up?" And he said, "Sure." Chung, fixed her up, made her like new. That night she went out partying, came in the next day, stoned out of her head, so hangover, said, "Can you fix me again?" And I was laughing my head at my friend. I said, "She's here again for you." Knowing his energy was a waste of time because her real problem was she was into partying late at night and abusing her body. I got asked once to go and heal one person's wife. And I sat with friends and said, "What do you do?" "Well, I'm suffering from stress." And say, "Oh, yeah. How many jobs you got?" "Oh, I got 2. "How many hours a week?" "Oh, you work that much?" "Do you need that much money?" And then she said, "No." I said, "Well, don't work 2 jobs then." And then I said, "That's the end." And I go to walk out, and the man said, "Aren't you going to heal her?" I just said, "I just did." I told her to not work so hard. So sometimes healing is a return to being balanced with nature. Sure, sometimes you got to work hard, but if you don't, hey, something's gone a bit funny up here. Unless you love your work. If you love your work, then it's not work, is it? It's play. But if it's a labor and you're getting exhausted by it, then only do as much as what you need to get your necessities. It's not rocket science, hey? Otherwise, you're going to give all your money to your kids or your grandkids and they're just going to burn it. Not clever. I was in Taiwan and a stranger came to me and said, "I've got this amazing program." Taiwanese are really friendly. And he said, it can tell you everything wrong about your health or good about your health. So I went to his home. I held these 2 electrodes. It was like a Vega machine. And the computer diagnosed all these things about me. And he said, "Oh, your eye's no good, your liver's no good, this is no good, and that no good." And down the bottom, the solution was, "You're not getting enough sleep." I went, it wasn't, "Now you need all these vitamins or minerals or you need acupuncture." Get to bed on time. And I said to him, "Yeah, no, I haven't been sleeping well at all." So exercise, breathe properly, love, love. What healing medicine do you want more? So I want to take you to meet your angels, okay? Another meditation. Take a deep breath and relax your body. Another. Center yourself, call your mind to be present. Now visualize before you, in the theater of your mind, there to be a doorway. Just imagine it. And in your mental body, in your mind body, walk towards that door and open it. Free your mind, my friends. Just imagine this. Don't doubt it. Just go along with the play. Pretend. Open up that doorway. And in that doorway, behold a spiritual fire, a fire wall. And this very bright, bright spiritual energy is shining and burning there. Stand in that doorway. In your mental body, stand there. And allow this spiritual fire to burn the dross of your humanness, off your mental body, cleaning deeply. Now when you're good and bright, very clean from the vibration of your earthly self, move through that doorway into another realm, a realm where you can fly. You are lightweight in a body of pristine light. And now visualize that you are greeted by a group of angels, or one angel. And they smile at you with eyes that are full of love. And their eyes tell you, welcome, welcome. You are one of us now. Come, come. And she or he takes your hand and you go flying, flying into that other realm. And you find yourself now in a big army, a big family of angels, of light beings, light workers, all with pure, direct connection with God. And sit in that collective energy and join with that collective angelic choir, army of angels, and feel their collective energy even rise your vibration even more, exponentially so. Now, visualize whoever you believe to be your guide, your favorite deity, your favorite angel. Remember their eyes, their face, and instantly you will find yourself in front of them. And feel their love, their blessings upon your soul, upon your heart. And visualize they put their holy hands upon any darkness that you have in your being, dissolving it, incinerating it, making it look like it's nothing at all. And if you wish for anything, make a wish now. I kid you not. Make a wish, a very pure wish. And if it's something practical, listen for the advice to come back. What are they telling you? And now come back to your body, come back through the doorway. Blow fairy dust to all your angelic family. Big waves. I'll be back soon. Come back through that doorway, back into your body. And now shine this angelic fire, this angelic light throughout your body, through your heart, your brain, your intellect, subconsciousness. I don't know about you, but I feel like sitting here all day. Is your vibrations joyous and liberated? If not, it's just a matter of practice. The paths open up. Those doors that are closed open, and you go, hold on, there was no door all along. The door was just in my head. I didn't believe I could. Change your beliefs. Have you heard of the example of a flea circus? They got all these fleas in a box and they only jump so high because they know they'll hit their head on the roof. The flea master can take the roof off the box and the walls away, and the fleas just jump the same height and they don't move anywhere because that's all they've learned. Ding, 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 ding. Same for we humans. You come along to Raj Yoga and you say, you can go and meet angels, and go, no, 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 not possible. Not real. No, 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 no. And you just keep on doing the same old, not believing that God is there loving you to pieces, and you even don't believe that. No, I'm unworthy. The priest told me so. The nuns told me so. Bad person. And there's boxes around us. Break them open. Reach out to the unknown. And when you experience something, then you'll know something beyond what you know. Break that box. I'm watching the time. I've got 10 more minutes. The greatest sickness that we all have, though, is spiritual amnesia. You've forgotten who you belong to. You've forgotten your identity. You've forgotten your home. So have I. Forgotten my qualities. A bit like I'm a prince, you're a queen. And you wake up in a nightmare and go, oh, that's real. The nightmare's real. But really, you're a princess. Each one of us has the potential to be an absolute angel. That's your true self. But you've fallen asleep in matter, thinking all I am is a woman or a man, a struggler on Struggler's Street. But if you start to awaken that you are that blissful thinking being that's just incarnated, your ability to eat the food that you should be eating is that much greater because you've realized you are bliss, not the food. Food doesn't give you bliss. Staying up late at night watching movies, just going to ruin your eyes, brainwash you. When you are peace and love, all the things you're looking for is who you are. How asleep is that? How sick is that? Amnesia. So to daily meditate, daily practicing moving your identity away from your physical form, your physical conditioned mind, into your immortality. Immortality. That spark of divinity that belongs to God. You belong to God and God belongs to you. You are nothing here. But in your sleep, you think you own everything here. Or at least that's my house, my car, my clothes. But when you start to awaken, health naturally will return to you. It's the ultimate healing. When you, the soul, start to awaken that you're a child of the divine and that being is there for you to help you. spiritually awaken. Is it as easy as that? Perhaps it is. I've been trying to wake up for the last 40 years. But some will wake up quickly. Hmm? Wake up quickly. I want to take you into one last meditation, and maybe our time's gone. Feel you, the soul, glowing inside your head. Feel that inner glow. My friends, it's nearly impossible to see yourself. You can't see yourself, just like physically you can't see yourself unless you got a mirror. But you can feel. You can feel your radiance, your glow. Feel the glowing soul behind the mask of your face. We're in a cosmic masquerade party here. This face is not me, nor you. Feel the difference. I'm not this body, I am soul. Now, look at your ego, your personality, your identity, who you think you are. A collection of memories, of emotions, of ideas. My friends, you are not that. Just like you're not your physical body, you're not your mind. You have a mind, but you're not it. Separate yourself and enter into the light, the thinker of thoughts. You are the thinker of thoughts, not the thoughts itself. Next level, you are not your role. You're not a business person. You're not a housewife. That's what you do. You're not what you do. You are the actor that's doing these things. Feel you, the soul, are the actor, not the role. I used to act as a small boy who was a student. I'm not that. It's just what I used to do. And final level, I will say to myself, I am not this incarnation, I am not Warren. I invite you to say to yourself, I am not Lydia, I'm not Hagit. That whole idea, that story you're writing, it's not you. You're playing that story, writing that story, but you're not it. You are the immortal soul. You've had many lifetimes. And now connect that very pure part of your soul to God. And feel like you enter into immortal yoga. If you don't feel human, you arrived.